Is the National Senator Matt Canavan, the former Resources Minister, and a very good one too. Matt, I see a crisis here. Coal-fired stations going out of business. Most will be gone over the next 10 years, that's the prediction. Not enough wind and solar to replace them. In fact, wind and solar just can't provide the steady, reliable electricity our system needs to stop crashing. And the whole mess costing us more than tens of thousands of Australians can even afford. What do you see?
Well, you and I think, Andrew, have seen this for many years. We've seen a slow motion train wreck coming towards us all Australians. For many years, we've been trying to bell the cat, and sometimes with limited success. But I think reality is starting to drop for a lot of Australians. Effectively, the argument now of the renewables boosters is that you must disbelieve your lying eyes. I mean, people can see with their own electricity bills, power prices going up despite investment in renewable energy. People can see their own leaders telling them to turn off their dishwashers when we used to live in a country where you could pretty much do what you want. We didn't have a problem with shortage of energy. And people see that we actually do live in a country where we export massive amounts of energy to the rest of the world, but we seem to have a shortage of the same thing ourselves. All of these dichotomies, these perplexing hypocrisies are starting to wake people up, I think. And I reckon you're getting to a tipping point here where, 2 years ago at the last election, there may have been a lot of excitement about new and shiny, bright things that some teal candidates were offering. But the hard, cold reality of higher power prices, crushing bills, manufacturing businesses going out of business is all dawning on people right now. And so I think you're going to see different political outcomes because of that. There's a real opportunity there, I think, for any political party to completely drop this green net zero rubbish, run a real alternative that promises lower power prices, that promises to use our energy resources in this country for the benefit of Australians. I think that'll get a lot of support right now.
Well, I do hope your Nationals colleagues and the Liberal partners were listening to that little message there that you sent them, very cunningly disguised in this interview. Matt, people seem to... I think people are forgetting that this is not all because of federal politicians like Chris Bowen, the Energy Minister, right? I mean, much as he's driving us over a cliff. That's absolutely correct. We also have to look at the states. In fact, in my opinion, the worst energy minister by far, for sheer stupidity, is Victoria's Lily D'Ambrosio, who last week boasted what her climate change policies were doing. Here she is.
We've reduced our emissions in this state by 31.3%. The boom in renewable energy and so many other fantastic policies is what's given us these results.
The other results from that policy she didn't include there, Matt, was Victoria's electricity prices in October up more than 100% in a year. Gas bills also doubling, so companies like the makers of Cherry Ripes even are pleading for help. And that's in part because D'Ambrosio kept a ban going on gas exploration on land for a decade until she realised, too late, Victorians were running out of gas. For all this pain, what actually is the climate gain?
Look, I share your assessment there of Lily D'Ambrosio. I had to sit across the table from her at Ministerial Councils on Energy, and I don't think there is a more stubborn, obsessive minister in our country. And fundamentally, that is what is wrong. Lily sort of sums up exactly what is wrong with our energy policy. It's not just that it's sort of pro-renewables, it is anti-everything else. And there's just no balance. It's just there's a one-track mind that we must install more intermittent wind and solar, come what may. They will not listen to any other argument, and we're all paying the price for that. I mean, Victoria has traditionally been our industrial heartland of our country. It's been the strongest manufacturing powerhouse, built on the back of the oil discoveries in the Bass Strait and the very, very cheap brown coal resources of the Latrobe Valley. Those two factors turned Victoria into a manufacturing powerhouse in the post-war period. And it's all very sad now that you're seeing a lot of that industry go. You're seeing a lot of the industry that remains having much higher costs, and you mentioned Cadbury. I mean, one of the reasons our groceries are all more expensive is because energy is life, energy is everything. And if energy prices go up, the price of everything goes up. So you look at milk, you look at cheese, you look at chocolate, all of these products are going up a lot because they're manufactured processed goods. They take a lot of energy, sometimes a lot of gas to make these products. And if we're, as a country, not producing that energy, well, the cost of those things are going to go up, and we all feel that. And so this is just another data point for people that people are starting to draw the dots, connect the dots, that our obsessive, closed-minded energy policy SARs in this country deserve to be tossed out. They have failed. They've clearly, everybody responsible for writing energy policy in the last 10 years should be sacked. All the regulators should be sacked. They have failed to deliver for this country. We need new leadership in there to try something else, because the current approach is clearly failing for Australians.
Yep.